Hello and welcome to CVR News Network. You're watching CVR English and welcome to World 360 and I'm Sandeep. Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a warm welcome from French President Emmanuel Macron, who greeted him with a hug at dinner in Paris ahead of their co-chairing of the AI Summit. At the dinner, PM Modi also met US Vice President JD Vance, who is in France for the AI Summit. The dinner at the LA's Presidential Palace was attended by the who's of the Persian society and global political and business leaders.
प्रधानमंत्री जी की घोषणा अपनी और मैक्रोन के प्रेसिडेंट मैक्रोन की घोषणा पर
Welcome, Mr. Vice President. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So nice to see you.
Very, very prestigious.
Yes. Yes.
French President Emmanuel Macron and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived at Marseille airport in Marignan, southern France. Modi and Macron are in Marseille to inaugurate an Indian Consulate on Wednesday. This will be India's second diplomatic mission in the European country after the embassy in Paris. The two leaders are also slated to visit international thermonuclear experimental reactor facilities near Marseille. To the Indian soldiers who lost their lives during the world wars at Mazargues War Cemetery in Marseille, France. The cemetery is a symbol for the deep connection between India and France as it commemorates Indian soldiers who fought in both world wars. Former US President Donald Trump met with Mark Fogel, an American teacher recently released from a Russian prison, marking the first known visit by a member of Trump's administration to Russia. Fogel, a history teacher from Pennsylvania, had been detained in Russia since 2021 after being convicted on drug trafficking for possessing medically prescribed marijuana. Following intense diplomatic negotiations facilitated by Trump's special envoy, Fogel was granted a pardon and returned to the U.S. The meeting highlights a potential shift in U.S.-Russia's relations and underscored the significance of diplomatic effort to resolve conflicts. Fogel expressed deep gratitude during the encounter.
Hey, good to see you. I had a Steeler hat on when I got off the boat.
Everybody knows Mark. He's become a very famous guy. He's a very happy guy tonight, so it's just a real honor. An honor to have you at the White House.
I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now. And I want you to know that I am not a hero in this at all. And President Trump is a hero. These men that came from the diplomatic service are heroes. The senators and representatives that passed legislation in my honor to get me home are the heroes. I am in awe of what they all did. My family has been a force.
Hey, good to see you. I had a Steeler hat on when I got off the boat.
Everybody knows Mark. He's become a very famous guy. He's a very happy guy tonight, so it's just a real honor. An honor to have you at the White House.
I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now. And I want you to know that I am not a hero in this at all. And President Trump is a hero. These men that came from the diplomatic service are heroes. The senators and representatives that passed legislation in my honor to get me home are the heroes. I am in awe of what they all did. My family has been a force.
Emergency services and police were on the scenes in Kiev early this morning following a Russian missile strike that struck the Ukrainian capital overnight. At least one person has been confirmed dead, with 3 others injured. According to Kiev's mayor, authorities has issued a ballistic alert before the attack, warning residents to make shelter. The missile caused significant damage in the area, with emergency teams working swiftly to assess the situation and assess the wounded. The attack highlights ongoing tensions in the region as Russia continues its military aggression against Ukraine. Investigations are underway. President Donald Trump appears with Elon Musk in the Oval Office, a rare joint appearance between the Republican commander-in-chief and his most powerful advisor as they defended their actions to slash the federal government. Trump and ally Musk spoke to reporters in the Oval Office Tuesday afternoon, defending the slashing of federal government programs and insisting they are maximally transparent.
Your detractors, Mr. Musk,
What?
including a lot of Democrats,
I have detractors?
you do, sir,
I don't believe it.
say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for.
Mr. Musk, the White House says that you will identify and excuse yourself from any conflicts of interest. Does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, our actions, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website. So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been, I don't know of a case that where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization. And I fully expect to be scrutinized and get a daily proctology exam, basically. Might as well just camp out there. So it's not like I think I can get away with something. I'll be scrutinized nonstop.
And we thought that we would not let him do that segment or look in that area if we thought there was a lack of transparency or a conflict of interest. And we watched that also.
If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that ruling? Will you comply
Well, I
with that
always
order?
abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum. And it gives crooked people more time to cover up the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer is, I always abide.
Your detractors, Mr. Musk,
What?
including a lot of Democrats,
I have detractors?
you do, sir,
I don't believe it.
say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for.
Mr. Musk, the White House says that you will identify and excuse yourself from any conflicts of interest. Does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, our actions, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and
Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US Vice President J.D. Vance discussed India investing in US nuclear technology, according to the Vice President's office. The two men met in France, where they both attended the AI Action Summit, co-chaired by Mr. Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron. Prior to Mr. Modi's travel, the government had announced that it would amend the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damages Act and the Atomic Energies Act. Investing plans of US and French nuclear energy companies have been stalled for years over the liability issues. Tuesday's coffee meeting in Paris, which was also attended by US Second Lady Usha Vance, who is of Indian descent, covered topics of mutual interest, including how the United States can assist India in diversifying its energy sourcing through investments in clean, reliable US nuclear technology, and so on.
Modi for being here, for co-hosting the summit, for all of you for participating. And I'm not here this morning to talk about AI safety, which was the title of the conference a couple of years ago. I'm here to talk about AI opportunity. The Trump administration will maintain a pro-worker growth path for AI, so it can be a potent tool for job creation in the United States. And I appreciate Prime Minister Modi's point. AI, I really believe, will facilitate and make people more productive. It is not going to replace human beings. It will never replace human beings. And I think too many of the leaders in the AI industry, when they talk about this fear of replacing workers, I think they really miss the point. AI, we believe, is going to make us more productive, more prosperous, and more free.
Trump meets the Jordan king as he pushes Gaza takeover plan. The meeting came at an awkward moment for the Middle Eastern leader, who is trapped between Trump's explosive plan to take over the Gaza and de-establishing at home. The United States will take and hold Gaza while Palestinians there move to Jordan and Egypt, President Donald Trump said Tuesday during a meeting with the Jordan's king Abdullah II, doubling down on a plan that would be politically destabilizing for that leader, as the president warned Hamas that all bets are off if it does not release all remaining hostages by Saturday.
Mr. President, many people in the region, especially Jordan, are worried about the annexation of the West Bank. Will you give His Majesty the King guarantee that you won't allow Israel to annex the West Bank? And how are you going to...
I think that's going to work out very well. That's not really what we're talking about today. I think that's something that's going to work out automatically, and it's in good shape. And we discussed it, other people have discussed it with us and with me. That's going to work out. West Bank is going to work out very well.
Mr. President, why should the king take in the Palestinian people? He's made clear he doesn't want to.
Well, I don't know, but he may have just something to say, because we discussed just briefly. I think maybe you want to say it now, or...
Well, Mr. President, I think we have to keep in mind that there is a plan from Egypt and the Arab countries. We're being invited by Mohammed bin Salman to discussions in Riyadh. I think the point is how do we make this work in a way that is good for everybody? Right. Obviously, we have to look at the best interests of the United States, of the people in the region, especially to my people of Jordan. And we're going to have some interesting discussions today. I think one of the things that we can do right away is take 2,000 children that are either cancer children or in very ill state to Jordan as quickly as possible, and then wait for, I think, the Egyptians to present their plan on how we can work with the president to work on the Gaza challenges.
So you're
excuse me, wait, just please. I didn't know that, what you just said, 2,000 children with cancer or other problems, and that's really a beautiful gesture. That's really good, and we appreciate it. And we'll be working on the rest with Egypt. I think you're going to see some great progress. I think with Jordan, you're going to see some great progress. Three of us, and we'll have some others helping, and we're going to have some others at a very high level helping, and the whole thing will come. It's not a complex thing to do. And with the United States being in control of that piece of land, a fairly large piece of land, you're going to have stability in the Middle East for the first time. And the Palestinians, or the people that live now in Gaza, will be living beautifully in another location. They're going to be living safely. They're not going to be killed, murdered, and having to leave every 10 years, because I've been watching this for so many years. It's nothing but trouble. Everyone's being killed. They're being robbed. It's like living in hell. And they're going to end up having a great home, great families that don't have to get mugged and killed and beaten up and harassed by Hamas and everybody else. And I know we'll be able to work something, and what you just said about the 2,000 is fantastic. It's so beautiful. It's music to my ears. But we're going to be able to work something, and I know.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned that the ceasefire in Gaza will end if Hamas does not release the hostages by midday Saturday. Following a meeting with key ministers, Netanyahu ordered military forces to gather inside and around Gaza in preparation for the renewed combat. US President Donald Trump also called for the immediate release of all hostages, threatening severe consequences if Hamas fails to comply. Hamas, which halted releases over the alleged Israeli ceasefire violations, reaffirmed its commitment to the truce but accepted Israel of jeopardizing it.
סיימתי כעת דיון מעמיק של 4 שעות בקבינט המדיני-ביטחוני. כולנו הבנו את העומק מהמצב המזעזע של 3 חטופינו ששוחררו בשבת האחרונה. כולנו גם בירכנו על הדרישה של הנשיא טראמפ לשחרור חטופינו עד שבת בצהריים, וכולנו גם בירכנו על החזון המהפכני של הנשיא לעתיד עזה.